Rainforest. Rainforests are usually found in tropical areas that have consistent heavy rainfall. Overall, the average amount of rainfall in a rainforest yearly is around 250 to 500 centimeters. Rainforests also make up 28% of the world's oxygen. Around 40 to 75% of all biotic species are indigenous to rainforests. The rainforests around the world cover 6% of the Earth's surface. The average temperature in a rainforest is 18 degrees, 64 Fahrenheit, and 8 degrees average north and south of the equator. No one really knows how many species live in our rainforests, but estimates range 3 to 50 million species. Rainforests are undisputed champs of biodiversity among world ecosystems, containing high number of species on a per area basis. What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is interrelationships among the living organism, physical features, biochemical process, natural phenomena, and human activities in ecological communities. Within any given area, living and non-living interact with each other. Together, these things form an ecosystem. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is a variety of plants and animal life in the world, or particularly a habitat. Biotic and abiotic. The living things in an ecosystem are called biotic factors. The living things include plants, animals, bacteria, fungi, and more. The non-living parts of an ecosystem are called abiotic factors. In an ecosystem, some abiotic factors are sunlight, temperature, atmosphere gases, water, and soil. Food chain. There are many food chains in a rainforest. The brown food chain is one of them. The brown food chain consists of dead plant matter that becomes detritus. All the detritus is eaten by microorganisms. The microorganisms then are eaten by mealworms or garden worms. The garden worms are then eaten by all different types of birds. At the very center of the rainforest, the food web sits on top of or apex predators. In most rainforests, these central slots are held by the big cats, tigers, leopards, and jaguars, the big snakes, pythons, and anacondas, and big crocodiles. The largest bird of the prey, hawks and eagles, mainly parrots, grasshoppers, and monkeys. The secondary consumers in a rainforest are deer and river otters. These are classified secondary consumers because they feed off the primary consumers as prey. The tertiary consumers of rainforests are crocodiles, jaguars, pumas, and poison dart frogs. They feed off mostly the secondary and primary consumers. Carbon and water cycle. All living things are made up of carbon. In our atmosphere, things are attached to oxygen, and that oxygen contains carbon dioxide. Plants take in the carbon and sunlight to grow and produce food and oxygen for us to breathe. The water cycle. Water cycle describes how water gets from the clouds to the ground back up to the clouds. There are 7 main stages in a water cycle: evaporation, condensation, collection, precipitation, sublimation, runoff, infiltration, and transportation. The water cycle is probably one of the most important factors of any ecosystem. All living things, organisms, and animals in any ecosystem need water to grow and survive. The water cycle is very important for my ecosystem rainforest, as the trees need water to grow and to be alive, and so do the animals.